This video is sponsored by Native Deodorant. Sometimes I can feel myself start to get into a rut where my mind starts to feel messy, I start to feel overwhelmed, and I know that I need to focus on self-care and refresh and refocus. The end of the year is when my life tends to get crazy. Like a lot of people, I spent a lot of December focusing on deep cleaning my space and decluttering areas of my home, but now it felt like time to focus on filling up my self-care buckets. When you're planning out a self-care day or just planning more self-care in your life, there are 7 buckets that you can focus on. There's movement, connection, nutrition and hydration, environment, sleep, and mindset. Then, as a separate layer of self-care, you can focus on your specific personal values. So my values are learning, connection, a double up because it's that important to me, growth, kindness, and creation. By focusing on those self-care pillars as well as your specific values, you can create the ultimate self-care routines and days in your life. On my self-care day, I woke up early at 5:15 a.m. I reliably feel better when I wake up early in the morning. It just suits my brain better, and I love the quiet of the morning, the birds making morning sounds, and in some seasons, the sunrise. Daniel H. Pink, in his book When, talks about how to work with your chronotype, and he identified 3 types: the lark, the third bird, and the owl. I made a video all about working with your chronotype that I'll have linked down below. I'm definitely a lark. I thrive on early morning. It is my time. I've recently fallen a little bit out of my favorite pattern of working out in the morning during the crazy month of December, so I wanted to get straight back into it. I am a big believer in bouncing back and accepting that sometimes you'll have weeks or occasionally months where you're just not on the ball, and you'll have weeks and months where you're absolutely on the ball. And that's okay, so long as you get back to it. I use the Fit On app on my iPad to work out. I love this app because it's free to use and it has a really high quality bunch of workout videos that don't leave me sucked down a YouTube hole because it's its own separate application. After my workout, I had a long shower. It was a hair washing, shaving, deep cleansing kind of shower. I used all the products that make me smell like an angel and make my skin feel super soft and nice. After I showered, I put on some Native deodorant. These all smell so bloody good, and I've had other people comment that, so it's not just me. I don't know what it is, they just smell so fresh. I've wanted to switch to a deodorant with natural ingredients for a while now. It feels odd that I block my sweat glands every day with normal deodorant, and I figured that if I could find something that worked just as well for me but didn't do that, that would be my preference. I've been wearing my Native deodorant for a while now. It's a vegan and cruelty-free deodorant with no aluminum, parabens, or sulfates, as well as familiar natural ingredients like coconut oil and shea butter. My main thing in deodorant is that I want something that keeps me smelling nice. I truly wouldn't mind a perfume that smelled like this. Like, all of them just smell so bloody good. It's hard to explain. So I received citrus and herbal musk, eucalyptus and mint, and cucumber and mint. I've been using the eucalyptus and Luke has been using the cucumber and mint. I'd say that eucalyptus and cucumber are my 2 favorites, but honestly, all of these scents smell really light and really fresh, but not overpowering at all. Native deodorants apply really nicely. I like to put it on quite generously, and I've found that they aren't sticky at all and they dry really quickly. They last all day, keep me smelling nice, and I still feel fresh after exercise. I've tried deodorants with natural ingredients before this one and have never been able to confidently recommend one until now. Shipping for Native deodorants is free in the USA, and 3 deodorants are $36. But if you use my link and code in the description below, you'll get them for $24, which is 33% off the full price. So click the link below and use my code to grab your deodorant from Native Deodorants. After I showered, I made myself breakfast, oats and dandelion tea, and I sat down to eat without my phone. I wanted to let my mind wander a bit without immediately reaching for my phone when I hit a spot of boredom. It's when we let ourselves be bored that we can turn down the part of our brain that talks all day and switch on the part that is more creative. As Manoush Zomorodi discovered in her book Bored and Brilliant, a book diving into the neuroscience of boredom, the unthinking mind wandering that happens when you're bored takes all of the information you've entered and makes use of it in innovative ways. That's why sometimes it's helpful to go to the park and not listen to a podcast while you walk, or eat breakfast without also watching something on YouTube. After I ate, I wanted to look after my environment. Your environment has such a big impact on how you feel. I know I feel so good when my environment is clear, so I took some time to tidy and put some things away. I had a massive basket of clothes that had been sitting around for a little too long that needed to be put away, so I took some time to do that. I also had a suitcase full of things that hadn't been packed away that I took the time to pack up. Putting away my stuff after a long trip is definitely something I can procrastinate with way too much ease, so getting that out of the way felt really good. As part of my mini space reset, Luke and I also packed away our Christmas tree. This is the first year that we've had a Christmas tree in 5 or 6 years, and it made our space feel really magical, so we were both really sad to see it go, but our space felt really fresh afterwards. After I had my outer space in order, I wanted to work on my headspace. I sat down to 10 minutes of meditation to calm my mind. I like to meditate to detach myself from my thoughts. My favorite styles of meditation are loving kindness, because it feels so nice to do and it always fills you with really nice feelings, as well as view from above, which is a stoic meditation that reminds me that I am just a small dot in the grand scheme of life, which is a weirdly reassuring feeling when life is overwhelming me. I followed up meditation with some journaling in my iPad. I journaled on the question, how am I going to bring in 2021 with a bang? Funnily, my theme right now is slow, so I really wasn't after a bang, rather a shift towards ease. So I brainstormed a few mindset shifts that I wanted to start working on, activities to help me to make the most out of my year and my time, and I also identified a few things that I was avoiding in my journaling session. If you haven't already done a reset for your new year in some way, shape, or form by creating a vision board desktop or working through a Life Map Collective daily planner dream guide, I encourage you not to limit yourself to only doing these types of activities before the new year. Life happens. You can spend a day a week in January reflecting and planning if that's what works for you. Let yourself approach 2021 in a way that suits you and your current circumstances. As I journal, I like to focus on the questions that come up in my mind. For me, journaling is also a way of practicing how to think and observing myself in a healthy way. If I don't know where to start with journaling, I like to go back to the journal prompt, "Today I noticed myself." Similar to meditation, it encourages this way of thinking that detaches you from how you might have felt or the thoughts that you might have had, reminding you that you aren't your thoughts and feelings. One of the activities I realized I hadn't done yet and I really wanted to do was creating my 2021 desktop vision board. I love when you guys tag me in your desktop vision boards on Instagram. I love that this is a thing that we are all doing. I've actually found having my desktop as a vision board is more useful to me than on my wall because I look at my desktop so much. I scrolled through Pinterest and I pinned a bunch of photos that aligned with my intentions for the new year. I screenshot my desktop to get the sizing. There is another way of getting this, but this is always very accurate. And I went to Canva to arrange my favorite photos on a vision board desktop background. Canva is free to use. The rest of my day was focused on connection, creation, and movement, starting with a long beach walk with my friend Ali. We went on an hour-long walk along the shoreline and had some food along the way. And in the midst of our walk, we planned a camping trip, and I haven't been camping in so long, so I'm really excited. I recently went on a trip away for New Year's with a friend. We actually sat down and wrote all of the fun activities that we wanted to do in 2021 together, and it was so fun to plan with a friend who also wanted to fill their year with fun things. So if you have the opportunity to do that, definitely do. It makes you really excited, and if you're in a location that is still in lockdown, it'll hopefully give you something to really look forward to. Next up, I went home and I did some watercolor painting with my sister, which was so fun. This is going to sound really unlike me, but a week or so ago, I had a dream where I was painting. I was just copying a painting that I have up in my bedroom, and I was enjoying it so much, like the feeling of enjoyment felt really, really vivid. So when my sister got me a watercolor book and paints for Christmas, I was really excited. This is my absolute favorite kind of present to get, something that helps me to make more experiences in my life. As the researchers from San Francisco found in their study about purchasing habits and happiness, if your goal is to make yourself happier, but you're a person who likes stuff, then you should buy things that are going to engage your senses. You're going to be just as happy if you buy a life experience because, in some sense, this product is going to give you a life experience. And that's why buying things like books or musical instruments or watercolor sets that you can use can enrich your life more than other materialistic goods. We used a Skillshare class to guide us through watercoloring, and we managed to draw 2 beautiful watermelons and 2 circles with holes in them that kind of resembled donuts. Then I went straight to my friend Elisa's house. She had offered to make margaritas and cauliflower tacos, and one of my favorite things in the world is trying new vegan food. We chilled out, we ate our cauliflower tacos, and they were so amazing. We chatted, and it was just a really nice way to end up the day. This was definitely a self-care day filled with connection, which I absolutely love. Weirdly, for an introvert, sometimes I just really love a full day on the weekend. I feel like I've made the most of my time not working, and spending time with some of my favorite people, even though it can be tiring, it just makes me so happy. If you do want to upgrade your deodorant, make sure to check out Native in the description down below. And if you want more self-care focused videos, I have them. I have a whole playlist even. I'm going to have that linked on the screen and in the description. I appreciate you so very much, and I will see you soon.